So my name is Adam Foley. I serve in kind of a dual or triple capacity at the University of Delaware, both in the Office of Equity and Inclusion as the Director of Diversity and Inclusion, but also in teaching in both Human Development and Family Sciences and Women's and Gender Studies. And I think that the best way to kind of think about my seminar for this coming term is to ask a question. And I'm curious, for how many of you at some point in the last couple of years have you seen something on the news or read something and the thought that has crossed your mind is, how is this impacting my students? Raise your hand. And that right there, as you're looking around, is why a conversation about race in the United States is so vitally important. And so the time that we're going to be spending together is, on one hand, looking at a particular text, Kendi's stamped from the beginning as a foundational understanding of the much more detailed history of race in this country. But ultimately, our time together is much more about both the personal and the professional and the political, and the reality that race impacts all of those different aspects of our work, both as teachers, as parents, as family members, as community members. And so we're going to look at how we can understand that history within the context of everything else that we're doing on a daily basis, whether it's the decisions that are made about what we write or what we read, or the decisions about what constitutes sustainability, what constitutes the decisions that are made about recycling, thinking about how science is understood. What voices have we heard in those conversations? What voices haven't we heard? Because those have all been intentional choices that have been made in the history of this country, and they're choices that have had a profound impact on our own learning, on our own professional and personal experiences, and certainly our choices and information that all of our students take with them when they step into that classroom, because you can't set that aside, right? Those experiences, the way in which young people are seeing and interpreting everything that's going on in the world, has an impact on their learning, has an impact on how they consume content and understand it and engage with each other around it. And so my hope is that through our collaborative time together, we'll learn about ourselves, we'll explore our own histories, but we'll also explore how those relate to the histories of the children that we're working with and the time that we spend together as we think about our own learning and the perspectives that we take on that learning. So I'm very much hoping that you'll come on this social justice journey with me, because I think it's an incredibly important topic and one that is vitally important, especially within our educational system, because we know that our classrooms are a microcosm for the larger environment that all of us spend our time in and go out into. So I look forward to spending time with you together. Thank you.